Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So we have Zach's cab back here, Project Farmuse, and went to the body shop there a while ago and he had it for a while and yeah, basically straightened it all out, got rid of all the little dents and any little rust spots and fixed up all the roof. And we had previously fixed all the other stuff with the ceiling and the cowl and everything like that. So yeah, it's a nice fresh white again. So I'm really happy with how this paint job turned out. There's no buffing on this cab as of right now. So this is just straight paint job out of the booth here. So we went ahead and started doing some stuff to this thing. We put some heater boxes in, we got some grommets put in, we did some sound deadening. So I'm gonna go around the truck here and give you a little update on where we are with Project Farmuse. Now, a lot of this stuff that we're gonna cover, we'll be covering in future videos. So keep eyes out for those videos. So if you see something that you're interested in that we did here and you want to know more about it, such as like anything we did with the heater boxes or the sound deadening, it will be covered in future videos. So we're trying to mainly focus on this truck as a whole for this project instead of doing every little teeny weeny little bit here. So if you're interested in the progress of this project, please subscribe to the channel and you'll get the updates for it. And if you're looking for OBS tips and tricks, you can subscribe to the channel and keep out for new videos for little stuff that we've done to Zach's truck here. So let's go ahead, get into this and show you where we are with this. So let's start left to right here. We started with our PCM. So we painted the bracket, cleaned it all up because they have a tendency to rust and corrode. So we painted the bracket up before we put the PCM in and made sure that we cleaned our seal up. That's the big grommet here around the PCM. They tend to get cruddy and nasty, so you want to make sure you clean them before you put them on because they're kind of tacky. So they actually do create a seal around that computer. So that's very important. We have our steering column or steering shaft seal here. We have our wiring holder, we have our brake line holder, and we have our master cylinder cover here. Cleaned it all completely off and repainted it, and we put new butyl behind it and got that all sealed up. So we have the firewall heat shield. This is the OEM heat shield. And if you're looking for something to replace this, there'll be a video coming up on that. So I show you how you can actually replace this with an aftermarket product. So keep an eye out for that coming up. And we have finished all of the little retaining pieces there, cleaned them all up, painted them. And then we'll move over to the heater box here. So the heater box is installed loosely because we still have to put the evaporator in. So we don't have the evaporator here, so this box is just kind of hanging out here. Wanted to get it off the floor, make sure it wasn't going to get damaged in any way. So we put the heat shielding around the heater box here, and we have a video coming up for that. And we also put foam everywhere that we could inside this evaporator cover, inside the heater box, and so on and so forth. Anything that needed to be replaced, including the seal on the back of this heater box. So like I said, there'll be a video coming up for that that covers this whole outside heater box. So this is still loose here, but it is installed and out of the way here. Now we did have to replace this heater box. So the mice got to this heater box, this original one, so this is a replacement, and chewed holes in the actual box itself, not just through the blend door or the recirculation door up there, but actually, put a hole in it about this big on the blend door and then about 3/4 of an inch to 1/2 inch into each side of the heater box. So the heater box was compromised. So we went ahead and said, you know what, let's just go ahead and replace it because it's bad. So we have a new heater box here and we went ahead and cleaned this all up and installed it. So we've got this thing ready to go here. Once we get some more pieces and parts, then we're gonna go ahead and get the new evaporator put in here and get this fully installed. But in the meantime, it's hanging out here. We also cleaned up all of our wiring here, replaced our recirculation vacuum line over here. So that is a common problem. They dry, rot, and break. So we peeled the insulation back, so like the loom and the electrical tape, and we splice into the original line and then put a new line on to the recirculation door. So our recirculation door is up here. We ended up cleaning it up as well because it was starting to look a little old and worse for wear. So we gave it a coat of paint there, and you can see that we do not have this heater box installed whatsoever. But we do have new foam on the back side of the heater box here, and that'll all be covered in the heater box video. So if you're looking for refurbishing this box, making it like new again, I have a video for that coming up. So inside the truck here, you can see we have our firewall pad reinstalled. So with the firewall pad being reinstalled, we can go ahead and put our pedal assembly on, which is loose here. We also have this pedal assembly for your brakes, and because this is the F truck, we have our clutch here. So we have this all set up and loosely mounted into the firewall here. You know, we're trying to get as much done as we can with what we have available. So we have our pedals installed here. Here's our PCM, the back of it here with our painted bracket that you can barely see. And behind the firewall insulation, we have sound deadening here as well. So this firewall pad is meant to be a heat barrier as well as a sound barrier. So we added the sound deadening insulation behind it because most of your noise from a 7.3 comes from your firewall area and your floor area here. Now, we had to remove the sound deadening on the floor here. So you can see we have new stuff installed, and we went ahead and basically did this whole front area here. Now, the reason for that is we had to remove the factory insulation off the floor. So the sound deadening off the floors, it was crumbly, it was old, it was failing. So we scraped off what needed scraped off, and the other stuff just fell off. And what we went ahead and did was we just redid the whole area here and hopefully try to reduce some of that resonance coming from the engine, some of that noise. We also did 2 layers on our transmission tunnel here. If you have a ZF5, you know that you get a lot of noise around this hole here. So we're going to be getting a new shifter boot to put on here when we go to put it back together, and make sure that we do good job trying to get this sealed up, because this can be a source of smell, this can be a source of noise, it can be a source of heat. So we did 2 layers here. So we have a sound deadening on top and a firewall insulation underneath. So it's also heat as well. So that is also covered in a later video. So we also redid the inside heater box here. So you can see that we have sealant on the heater box here. And we also put foam in places that there ever was foam to begin with to help try to seal this up from putting air in behind the dash. Now, the back of the dash has foam on it as well that we'll also be replacing when we go to set the dash in here. So there's a video for this guy here, and there's a video for the dash coming as well. This is for the heater core. So we haven't installed the heater core yet. So we just have it all kind of loosely put together in here so that we can move stuff around when we go to install all of our cores. So this is even loose here. So we have all of the inside here kind of set up, and if we had all the wiring in the cab here, we could go ahead and start installing a dash if we chose to do that. But we're not going to be doing that right now because I want to try to get this cab set up and on the frame before we start putting a bunch of weight in this. Now, we do have the ability to pick up this cab fully loaded and set it down fully loaded, but at this time we don't have that luxury at the moment. We've got some stuff going on here, so we can't really use that lift. So if we have to use the tried and true skid loader method, I want to keep this cab as light as possible. So we have all of this done in here. You can see our insulation or a sound deadener here, and it does do a good job at sound deadening the floor here. Now, we also chose to put a couple pieces on the roof here and on the back floor and on the back wall. So that helps with a little bit of resonance. So on the roof here, we can see there's a couple pieces here. Now, he didn't want to do the whole roof, and I don't like to do the whole roof because this sound deadener, not this specific brand, but this type of sound deadener, sometimes when they get in touch with too much heat, they can kind of ooze. So we're trying to avoid a lot of this on the roof because it will get direct exposure to the sun. So we're trying to avoid that. Now we have sound deadener on the back wall here. If you have an F-150, they generally put a weight there from the factory. So that's a good spot for sound deadener if you're trying to minimize your amount used. So we put one piece there. Now, he wasn't too crazy about doing the whole inside of this cab. I tried to talk him into it, but he didn't want to do it. He said that he didn't feel like it was necessary. So that's fine. But I told him we were at least going to put a couple pieces in a couple places that made actual differences. So we have a piece here, and that's if you had an F-150 that the F-150s generally had a counterweight on the firewall here for resonance. So that little piece there will actually do some good. And we put a piece on the floor here in the middle. So this will actually help a little bit with the resonance and a little bit of drivetrain noise and try to get rid of any resonance that comes through the cab. So up top here, we also installed our wiper motor, our wiper linkage, and our wiper motor cover. So we also have a video coming up with all of this detailed information as well. So we still have a lot to do here. We still need to install our wiring that comes through the A pillar to B pillar, B pillar to B pillar, then B pillar to C pillar, and C pillar to C pillar. So we still have to install all that wiring and get that all set up. We can install our door jar sensors if we so wished. There's a lot to do yet, but there's not a whole lot to do. So in the meantime here, we're going to go ahead and do what we can do to this cab, but we don't want to add a whole lot of weight to this because we may end up putting this on with the skid loader. And if that is the case, we want to keep this as light as possible, not because of the skid loader, but because we don't want to be damaging anything. You know, we could damage the cab, we could damage pinch welds, we could damage anything. Once you start getting a lot of weight out there, and you know, we're trying to be careful with this with a very freshly painted paint job, which looks wonderful. So, you know, we're trying to do this properly, and it does take time. So we're just going to keep moving along with this project. And I know Zach was here just recently and looked this all over, and he was very happy with how everything was going. So that's really what matters here. So, you know, if you're looking for specific pieces on what we did here, there'll be videos upcoming in the coming months that will have all of this stuff laid out for you so that you can do this yourself if so need be, or if you wanted to. Our next video on Project Farmuse will likely be engine related. So we'll be doing the same thing we usually do to our 7.3s and basically going through the whole thing and inspecting it, making sure we got all new gaskets and seals, and doing a couple upgrades to his engine as well. Nothing crazy, but definitely going to be probably the last time he ever does some of these things. So that's a great thing. And I'll be excited to do all that and show you some of these parts that we have coming in. So hopefully you enjoyed this video on the Project Farmuse here. So we have an update for you finally, which is great. I know it's been a while. So we have our frame outside. It's blasted, painted. It's ready to come back in for the most part. We have some parts and pieces that we need to put on it before the cab goes on. We need to get their engine resealed there and get it ready to go back in. So the cab will be missing from our videos here for a little bit here, but it will be hopefully showing back up very soon. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope you appreciate the video. I hope you like it. I hope it helps you out on what we have going on here with Project Farmuse, if you were wondering. And we're just going to keep plugging along on this project. Thanks for watching. Catch you on the next one.